Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video. So I'm getting my tattoos pretty soon and I'm very nervous. They're gonna be my first 2 tattoos ever, and I wanted to go ahead and make this video and talk about them because it's probably gonna be the most meaningful tattoos I ever get in my life. I guess I probably should give out a story first before I tell you what they are. Back when my great-great-grandfather was alive, he used to come to my soccer games, 2007, 2008. He used to come to my soccer games whenever I played. He could barely walk. He was always doing everything he possibly could for me. He was almost completely disabled, but he did everything he possibly can to still be up on his feet. And he always managed to be there for me no matter what happened. Now, in late 2009, he got very sick and ended up in the hospital. He was in the hospital. We did everything we could to be there as much for him as we can, to see him as often as we could, just to be by his side. And December 5th of 2009, he passed away. If I get emotional, I'm very sorry. This is a very touching subject for me. Very shortly to him passing away, we were in the hospital, and I was telling him that I love him and that I hope he gets better and everything. And we had to leave early, and I wish we wouldn't have. I was sitting there, I was telling my dad, hey, let's stay a little bit longer, but he said no, we had to go and everything, so we left a little early. And when he passed, I regretted that more than anything ever. I wish I could have stayed there for longer for him and just been there every single second of the day, because I lost him extremely shortly after that. When he passed, it broke us all down. We were all upset. We were all just hurt and everything about it, because in a way I took him for granted. I never thought that I would end up losing a family member. And that was the first family member I was actually close to that I lost. And my great-great-grandmother is currently very sick right now, and I'm worried about her passing soon. And it bothers me and it worries me every time I get a phone call from her. I'm like, and I call her, I'm like, are you okay? I always manage to ask every time, are you okay? And always tell her I love her every phone call, because I know that that phone call could be the last phone call ever. When I go down to see her, that could be the last time I ever see her again. I miss my great-great-grandfather so much, and I would do anything to have him back. So a few months ago, I made a decision that I'm going to keep on my body the rest of my life. I made the decision that I want a tattoo dedicated to my great-great-grandmother, my great-great-grandfather on my body for the rest of my life. So let me go ahead and explain. Right under here, I plan on putting 12/5/09, which is the day that my great-great-grandfather passed away, to always keep in memory of everything that happened. And on the left side, I plan to get beloved, because whenever he passed away, on his gravestone it said beloved, and when my great-great-grandmother passes away, she'll be buried on top of him, and her gravestone will also say beloved. So it's going out to both of them. So the question is that you're probably wondering, why get his death date tattooed on you? Because his death date was the day that I realized that not to take anything for granted, and not to take the people that I have in my life for granted. I took him for granted, and I feel so terrible about it. I wish I could have him back. I really do. I love him, and I miss him all the time. And when my great-great-grandmother passes, I'm going to be so heartbroken, because I don't want her to go. She's very sick, and I know that she's going downhill, and there's nothing I can do about it. And I know this. And there's nothing I can do about it, but I'm trying my best to cherish them while they're here. I want his death date on my body to remind me to never take anything for granted anymore, to always cherish what I have. And I cherish him so much, and I lost him, and I took him for granted as well, and I feel so guilty.